Hello, I'm Charles Wallace, and I have the key. Welcome you to my little attic here. Trying to make it cozy. Took me forever. But anyway, what I'd like to do is to make a series of videos up here about different topics, things that I'm interested in. I hope maybe you're interested in too. Maybe that's why you're watching. If you're not interested, well, have a nice day. If you are interested, well, come and join me for my little discussion of this or that. What's my first topic with? First topic. Remember Rodney King back in the 90s? Story of police brutality. He was beat up by a bunch of police and people videoed it. People starting to carry on their own cameras at the time and their phones now. Virtually everyone has one. Just about. Well, Rodney King, police brutality. I was looking in the Bible, in the Gospels, and there's a story in there about Jesus got arrested by the centurions, which were the police of that time, and they abused him. It was basically police brutality of just of a different era, but basically the same thing. Is unfortunately still happens. But what struck me is what it says and how it relates to Rodney King. Because in the Bible it says they took a reed. Reed comes from the same root as rod. It's like a rod. They took a reed and put it in his hand. They did that mockingly to parallel a rod, like a king carries a rod of power. So they took the rod, basically, put it in his hand, they bent the knee, rod, knee, and they said, "Hail, King of the Jews." Rod, knee, king. And a story in the Bible about police brutality. Rod, knee, king. Police brutality. Wow. At least that's wow to me. Maybe you don't think it's very impressive, but I'm like, huh. How would something like that be in the Bible thousands of years before? And why? If it was just a coincidence? Am I seeing pictures in clouds? Just a coincidence or not? It'd be one thing if it's just Rodney King and that happened to be somebody's name, maybe a singer named Rodney King or something like that. But in the story about police brutality, and Rodney King's name is synonymous with the occurrence of police brutality, what does it mean? Are there more things in the scripture like that? Probably a million or more, or millions that maybe we'll all know one day if we get into heaven, which you can only do if you believe in Jesus Christ. It is very narrow-minded of me to say that, but that's what the Bible said. It says in the 3rd chapter of John, he who has the Son has life. He who has not the Son hath not life, but the wrath of God abides upon him. Earlier in that chapter it says, God sent not his Son into the world to condemn the world, but that the world through him would be saved. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believes in him will not perish, but have everlasting life. Anyway, I said my piece. I wasn't intending for this to be a preaching thing, but well, maybe that's what I should go with it. Anyway, I hope to make a bunch of videos on interesting topics. I hope you found this interesting, at least eye-opening. I'm going to say goodbye for now, so thank you for watching.